What if I told you the prison wasn't out there in the world, but buried deep in your mind, not made of steel, but of fear, doubt, regret? Every time you held back, every time you swallowed your voice, that's the real cage. And the worst part? You built it, brick by brick. With every excuse, every delay, every lie you told yourself just to survive another day. But here's the twist. If you built it, you can tear it down. You don't need permission. You don't need hope. You need war. A war against the version of you that keeps flinching when life gets loud. You can rise. Not tomorrow. Not next month when you have more time. Right now. This second. You can burn through the lies, destroy the limits, and become something unshakable. You can become a force so grounded, even chaos steps aside when you walk in. That's not just a fantasy. It's a choice. But only if you've got the guts to make it. Only if you're willing to kill the weaker man inside you and resurrect something stronger. This video? It isn't content. It's a hammer. And you're about to swing it straight through the walls of your own mind. So buckle up, wipe the dust off your soul, and don't you dare skip a second. This is your wake-up call. Not the kind that whispers, it screams. This is the fire that burns off everything fake. If you're ready to go all in, if you're ready to bleed for your future, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Tell me, what's the demon that's been clawing at you in the dark? Let's face it together. And this time, we don't run. We burn everything that's ever held us back. Life doesn't hand out mercy. It doesn't care how tired you are, how broken you feel, or how many times you've screamed into a pillow hoping something would change. Life throws punches when your back's already against the wall. But the Stoics, men like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, they weren't just calm in the storm. They were the storm. They bled. They broke. They suffered just like you. But they built something indestructible, a mind that doesn't bow to chaos. And that's what this is about. Not theory, not philosophy class nonsense. I'm handing you 5 Stoic weapons, real, brutal, tested by fire and blood. Tools you can use to carve a new life out of the wreckage. By the end of this video, you won't be calm. You'll be lit, ready, sharp like a blade. Let's go. Number 1. Master what's in your control. Ever feel like life grabs you by the throat and drags you through hell without warning? 1 minute, you're chasing peace. Then, out of nowhere, the job's gone. Someone betrays you, plans shatter, and suddenly the weight of the world is pressing on your chest. Most people cave in. They scream at the sky, blame everything and everyone. But the Stoics, they didn't waste a second on what they couldn't control. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, buried his children, faced betrayal from his own generals, ruled during plagues and wars. Yet he stood firm. He understood one brutal truth that most people still run from. You don't control the storm, but you control the captain. And that captain is your mind. Steer it or sink with the ship. Stoicism isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about choosing where your energy goes. It's a weapon for those who've had enough of being at the mercy of the world. You can't stop the rain. You can't change traffic, gossip, or heartbreak. But you can control how you carry yourself in the storm. That's where real power lives. Not in loud opinions or emotional outbursts, but in silent discipline. That's Stoicism. It's not in your mouth, it's in your spine. Let me bring it home. Sarah, single mom, 3 kids. Her world collapsed overnight when she lost her job. Bills stacked, food ran low, pressure kept rising. Her ex ghosted. The weight was brutal, but she didn't curl up and wait to be saved. She went full Stoic. She asked herself what was in her control, her time, her thoughts, her effort. Every night while her kids slept, she studied, learned new skills, rewrote her resume, applied for jobs like clockwork. No drama, no excuses, just action. Months later, she landed a better role, earned more, and walked out of the wreckage stronger. She didn't escape the storm, she became the storm. That's the kind of grit Stoicism demands. Life won't wait for you to feel ready. It won't stop throwing punches just because you've had enough. But Stoicism trains you to stand anyway, to suffer with grace, to act without needing the outcome guaranteed. Marcus wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Read that again. The very thing trying to break you is the thing that will build you, if you face it the right way. So, the next time life slams the door in your face, don't waste your soul trying to kick it open. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? Can you calm your mind? Can you take the next small step? Can you choose not to react like everyone else? That's the reset. That's your power. You're not here to fix the world. You're here to master you. And once you do that, everything else follows. Not because the world gets easier, but because you get unshakable. That's Stoicism. That's Marcus. That's the kind of strength no one can take from you. And trust me, when you learn to command your mind, no storm, no loss, no betrayal can pull you under. You'll rise every damn time. Number 2. Embrace discomfort to grow. Nobody wants to suffer. Nobody wakes up craving a punch to the gut. But the truth is, comfort is the silent executioner of greatness. It lulls you into mediocrity. It whispers, "Take it easy," while your potential withers and rots behind your back. Every soft choice you make, every time you dodge the hard thing, you trade a piece of your soul for a few more minutes of fake peace. And by the time you feel the cost, it's already stolen years from you. The Stoics weren't masochists. They didn't chase pain for drama. They chased it because they knew the secret. Discomfort sharpens you like a blade. Seneca didn't just talk about suffering. He stared it in the eye. He said, "There is no easy way from the earth to the stars. You want to rise, you want to evolve, then walk barefoot through the fire, crawl through your own weakness, bleed in silence until the noise in your head breaks like glass." Let me tell you about David, regular guy. Hated public speaking with every cell in his body, voice cracked, palms drenched, eyes darting for the nearest exit. But something inside him snapped. He got sick of hiding, sick of shrinking, so he threw himself into the storm, joined a speaking club, bombed, stuttered, forgot his lines. People laughed, some pitied him, but week after week he came back. Not because it got easier, but because he refused to be owned by fear. 1 year later, he's on a TEDx stage, not just speaking, but commanding the room like a man who fought wars inside his chest and came out ruthless. This is what discomfort does. It doesn't just shape you, it rebuilds you. It tears the soft parts down and resurrects someone who doesn't fold under pressure. Cold showers? That's not hygiene, that's war. Waking up at 5 a.m. isn't about discipline. It's about drawing a line in the sand and daring your weakness to cross it. Every time you resist the urge to numb out, scroll, eat, escape, you're not just building habits. You're proving to yourself that you are not a slave. You think strength is some quote on a wall. No, strength is earned in the shadows. When no one's watching and your body's screaming and your mind is begging you to quit. That's the gym. That's where champions are made. And if you're waiting to feel ready, let me save you some years. You'll never feel ready to evolve. You have to bleed into it. Step into the cold, shake in front of the crowd, rip the comfort out of your spine and throw yourself into the fire. Because here's what most people don't get. The more you suffer by choice, the less the world can hurt you by surprise. You become storm-proof, fireproof, untouchable. You stop fearing life because you've already survived the hell you put yourself through. And suddenly, everything gets quiet. Not easy, but clear. Discomfort isn't the enemy. It's your forge. And if you keep running from it, you'll never meet the version of you who was built to conquer. So suffer on purpose. Fail on purpose. Go where it stings and stay there. Because that sting, that's the sound of your limits breaking. That's the pain of old skin falling off. And when it hurts so bad you want to crawl back, smile. Because that's the moment you know you're not dying, you're transforming. Number 3, reframe obstacles as opportunities. Ever been hit so hard by life that you thought you'd never get back up? That moment when everything you've poured your soul into crumbles in front of you, and you ask yourself, why me? That cold, crushing feeling when the world seems to betray you. But what if that crash, that pain, wasn't meant to break you? What if it was the moment you were meant to rise, to transform? The Stoics knew this truth. Life will test you. It will slam you into the ground over and over again. But they understood something crucial. It's not what happens to you. It's how you respond that defines your destiny. Epictetus said it clearly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The pain you're feeling right now? That's not your end. It's your rebirth. Every obstacle is a challenge inviting you to become stronger, sharper, unbreakable. Take Lisa. She built her dream from the ground up. Every ounce of her energy poured into her bakery. Then, a pandemic hit. No customers, no business, no hope. It felt like the end of everything she had worked for. But she didn't give in. Instead of crumbling, she shifted. She saw an opportunity in the middle of the chaos. People were desperate for comfort. So, she delivered. She pivoted to online orders and transformed that setback into a thriving business. What should have been her failure became the foundation of her greatest success. This is what Stoicism teaches us. Every challenge, every rejection, every crushing blow is not the end, but the beginning of your ascension. The obstacle is the way. It's not a wall stopping you, it's a ladder that will elevate you. The Stoics didn't just endure hardship, they saw it as the forge that shaped them into warriors of the mind. So the next time life knocks you down, when the world tries to break you, don't ask, why me? Ask, what's the opportunity here? That failure is not defeat. It's the fire that forges your resilience. That pain? It's the raw material for your transformation. You're not meant to stay down. You're meant to rise, to become the warrior who turns the storms into strength. Epictetus didn't just endure adversity. He mastered it. He showed us that true power doesn't come from avoiding life's punches. It comes from learning how to use them. To make every setback your weapon, every obstacle the fuel for your rise. Now, it's your turn. Don't let life's punches define you. Use them. Turn them into the fuel that propels you to heights you never thought possible. You are not meant to survive. You are meant to thrive, to break free from every chain, to take what was meant to destroy you and turn it into the force that will shape your future. Number 4. Practice gratitude to find peace. In a world that's designed to make you feel insatiable, like you're never enough, it's no wonder you're caught in a storm of constant wanting. Bigger house, better car, the perfect life. Sound familiar? You're stuck in a rat race you didn't even sign up for, yet you're sprinting like a maniac for some finish line that doesn't even exist. The real insanity. The Stoics saw through this madness, and they called it bullshit. They weren't chasing anything because they knew something that most will never get. True peace comes when you stop needing more. Seneca didn't pull punches. He straight up said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Damn, just let that slap you across the face. You're not poor because you're lacking. You're poor because you're constantly starving for more, as if you can't see the gold mine right in front of you. That's the trap. We're running headfirst into a wall, convinced the next big thing will finally fill the hole, when the truth is, the hole is the hunger for more, and that's where you're being bled dry. Let me tell you about Mike, because this story, it's going to hit you like a wrecking ball. Mike had it all. The office, the title, the prestige. He was a high-flying exec, strutting around like he owned the world. But inside, he was hollow, always chasing the next promotion, the next bonus, as if his life depended on it. He woke up in the morning like a zombie, dragged himself through the day, and went to bed at night with a pit in his stomach. No matter what he had, it was never enough. No matter how high he climbed, he felt like he was drowning in the insatiable void of wanting more. Then he did something ridiculous. He started practicing Stoic gratitude. Yeah, you heard me right. Not some rah-rah motivational crap, but a hardcore game changer. Every night, he wrote down 3 things he was thankful for. No, not big things. Not some flashy, over-the-top stuff. Just the basics. A meal that tasted better than it should have. A random conversation with his mum that warmed his bones. A moment of silence in the chaos of his day. Simple, raw, honest. But as he did this, night after night, something insane started to happen. He wasn't chasing anymore. He wasn't scrambling to fill an empty space. He wasn't hungry for more. He found peace in what was already here. He realized that happiness doesn't come from getting more. It comes from realizing you already have everything you need. That rush you're looking for? It's not in the next paycheck, the next car, or the next perfect moment. It's in stopping long enough to see the beauty of what you already have. That's the truth the Stoics knew. Peace isn't in what you don't have. It's in what you already possess, if you'll just wake up to it. Now, I'm not saying Mike became some Zen monk overnight. He wasn't trying to force some false positivity. He wasn't blind to the chaos around him. But he shifted his focus. He shifted his mind. He got hungry for the things that matter, not the things that don't. And that's where his power came from. So here's your wake-up call. Tonight, before you hit the pillow, write down 3 things you're grateful for. I'm not talking about big, grand gestures. I'm talking about the little stuff. The feeling of your body hitting the couch after a long day. That breath of fresh air when you step outside. The smile from a stranger on the street that makes you believe in humanity again. Simple, real, powerful. It's not some fluffy exercise, it's a weapon. A weapon to take back control from the world that's trying to tell you that you're never enough. Do it for a week, just 1 week. And I promise, you'll feel like you've just dropped a ton of weight off your soul. The hunger will start to fade. You won't feel like you're chasing shadows anymore. You'll walk through your life with the strength that comes from appreciating what you've already won. At the end of those 7 days, you won't just feel lighter, you'll feel free. You won't be trapped in the rat race anymore. You'll feel like you're standing tall, like your feet are planted solid in the earth, like nothing can knock you off course because you've stopped craving what isn't yours. you'll understand what the Stoics knew all along. Peace is not in what you want. It's in what you already have, right now, in this moment. And that's the most powerful thing you'll ever own. Number 5. Live with purpose every day. This right here, this is the game changer. The Stoics didn't just live, they charged through life like warriors on a mission. Every damn day was an opportunity to tear down the ordinary and create something that mattered. You think they woke up and just stumbled through the motions? Hell no. They saw each day as a battlefield, a chance to prove themselves, to leave a legacy that couldn't be erased. Epictetus didn't hand out some friendly advice. He commanded you to take action. He said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Stop right there. Let that hit you. That's not some sweet little nugget of wisdom you casually brush off. No, it's a call to arms. It's a dare to stop surviving and start thriving, to decide who the hell you are, then back it up with actions that'll make the world feel your presence. Now, let's talk about Anna, a teacher, not some superhero, just a woman, stuck. Day after day, same lessons, same tired routine, same soul-draining monotony. She was dying inside and didn't even realize it. Then, something snapped. She discovered the Stoic truth, living with purpose, and everything changed. She asked herself the one question that made her break free. Why do I do this? Not for the paycheck, not for the recognition, but to light a fire in someone's soul, to build future leaders, to mold the next wave of thinkers, creators, doers. That's why she taught. It wasn't just a job, it was a mission. She dove into her classroom with fire in her eyes, telling stories that ignited her students' imaginations, connecting with them on a level that made them believe in themselves. She wasn't just giving out knowledge, she was shaping the future, one spark at a time. What's your purpose? Don't tell me you don't have one. I don't care if you think it's small. I don't care if you think it's insignificant. Your purpose could be as simple as being that rock your family needs, the one who stands firm when everything around them is crumbling. It could be creating something that tears people out of their apathy and makes them feel. Art, music, words that move them, that take them out of their comfort zones and set their hearts on fire. Or maybe, just maybe, your purpose is to spread kindness like wildfire, to be the light in a dark world, the one who makes every person who crosses your path feel seen, heard, valued. Find it. Whatever it is, find it. Your purpose is the thing that fuels every moment of your life. It's the heartbeat that powers every decision you make, every step you take, every breath you draw. You don't just wake up and let the world drag you through the motions. No, you wake up, grab life by the throat, and make every moment count. You start living with purpose, and the game changes. You change. You see, the Stoics weren't about making it through the day. They weren't about dragging themselves across the finish line. They were about burning through life with everything they had, carving a path that was theirs and theirs alone. That's what it means to live with purpose. So stop playing small. Stop wasting days, weeks, months on autopilot. Stop letting life happen to you. You are in control of how this story unfolds. Decide what you stand for, what gets you out of bed in the morning, what makes you come alive, and then act. Because when you start living with purpose, you don't just exist in this world. You make it impossible for anyone to ignore you. You become a force, an unstoppable wave that no one can push back. You create the life you were born to live. You make your mark, and the world will feel it. So, here we are. You've been handed the keys. 5 brutal, raw Stoic lessons that will mold your mind into something unstoppable. Master what's in your control. Embrace the grind, reframe the chaos, practice fierce gratitude. Live with a purpose that burns. These aren't just words. They're a blueprint for a life that doesn't just exist. It roars with meaning. But here's the cold truth. None of this will move the needle unless you act right now. I'm talking about today. The moment this video ends, you've got to make the choice. Grab one of these lessons, apply it. Let that electrifying wave hit you when you realize you're far stronger than the version of you who didn't take action. If this message hit you in the gut, smash that like button like it's your last chance. Every click sends this message farther. Subscribe, turn those notifications on because you don't want to miss what's coming next. This journey is just beginning. And in the comments, don't just leave a note, declare your next move. I want to hear your commitment. I want to know what you're doing to transform. Until then, don't just sit there. Train your mind, push past the limits, and never, ever, ever settle for less than greatness. You were born to conquer. Let's go tear this world apart.